What a response. What a response from Arsenal. The media pressure from rivals, a number of Arsenal fans throwing in the towel. Of course, you get the Arsenal supporters that want you to lose, that were in glee this last week. Yes, I told you. Didn't I say this would happen? You have all those different groups of people coming down upon you on social media, in the real press. And you could see it impact these Arsenal players. You could see it impact them. Let's not get it twisted. You could see it in their eyes. You could see it in their mannerisms on the pitch. And even in the early parts of this game, every single defender made a really bad pass with the ball that put them into trouble. And you could see that nervousness. But this is also why these games in the run-in can elevate you to another level of stardom, quality, and legendary status, depending upon what you've already done in your career. And I'll tell you as to why. Because today what we saw was Eze step up. Today what we saw was Gyokeres step up when it really matters. What we saw today was Saka, a man who has been maligned and attacked and abused and ridiculed this year. Sometimes warranted for all of those players. Sometimes well over the top. But in a game they had to win. In a game that Arsenal had to deliver in, they stood up and they made themselves be counted. Now, rivals will already be belittling it. Now, I don't know what they're saying because this is recorded straight after the game. But it will be, it's only Spurs. They're not really a top 6 team. You always beat them. You've done this before. It means nothing. It will be played down on every level. But that is removing the context of this game. The world and his dog wanted Arsenal to fail. The world and his dog was tuning into this game ready to have a party. The build-up to this has been ferocious for Arsenal. And by the way, rightfully so. There is nothing wrong with that. But they stood up and they made themselves be counted. I want to begin with Mikel Arteta because that man got everything spot on today. Forget it was 0-0 at half-time. That's almost an irrelevance. 1-1 at half-time. That's almost an irrelevancy to me because they should have been 3 or 4 goals to the good. They had the chances, the openings, and the opportunities. And barring a mistake from Declan Rice, they shouldn't have even conceded. They dominated. I felt that he got every single decision correct today, from his starting lineup to his substitutions. And in a week where I feel Arsenal players on the pitch have panicked, Arsenal fans have panicked, and the media has been going after them. And of course, rivals enjoying it. The one person who I do think has remained calm all week, interestingly, has been Mikel Arteta. And his selection and his approach today demonstrated it. In terms of the players today, look, let's just have it right. I want to start with the best player on the pitch, and that was Victor Gyokeres. Maligned this season, criticised this season, but sometimes I feel overly attacked. That stupid stat about 60% of the games he's played in where he hasn't had a shot on target. It took myself and the Football Terrace half an hour of research to work out that Hugo Ekitike is at 61%. Šeško, that I really rate, 54%. Isak, before his injury, 72%. The only 2 strikers in the league that are significantly better this season in that one particular stat is Haaland and Thiago. But everybody else ranges from around 50% up to 70%. So it isn't an abnormal stat, but they were looking for an additional thing to attack him with. But he played so magnificently today. Magnificent. He run the channel. He gave Dragusin a really hard game. He was slipping in between him and Paulinho brilliantly. And he had that great opening opportunity very early in the game that he nearly put into the bottom corner. And he just looked like a different player. In fact, it's what I expected for the majority of the season. Now, I'm not going to take away criticism that I have given him and that he has received that is warranted, because all players deserve it at times, even Messi, Henry, Rooney, Scholes, the greatest of the greatest. But he was magnificent. His goal, great run by Eze, by the way, to create a bit of space. But it was a touch and a turn. And it was one of those shots. And I don't really think he's done this so far in an Arsenal shirt. But he placed it with power. It's like he wellied the ball hard, but placed it as well. Brilliant goal. Brilliant goal. The second goal from him as well. He kept himself onside. A brilliant pass from Captain Odegaard. And he just takes it on the inside and he buries it. These are the types of goals I was expecting to see for more of the season, but brilliant from him. That's 10 goals, by the way. That moves him into the 5th place position for the highest goal scorer in the league on 10. Not the most amazing numbers in the world, but the same as Hugo Ekitike, one behind João Pedro, two players that have been lauded by Liverpool and Chelsea fans alike all season. Gyokeres is right up there with them. Could end up finishing the season above those players. Equally, when it comes to goals for Arsenal today, clear your ear. If you're a hater of Arsenal, go away. You're not going to like this. They now move on to, and the media's not going to tell you this, so I will. They're now the second highest goal scorers from open play in the league on 33 goals. They're also highest goal scorers with Manchester City. By the way, Man City's open play goals this season are 35. Can they get better? Are there reasons to ridicule Arsenal? Yes, but it's all over the top. I'm seeing fans of clubs that have scored significantly less, converted significantly less. I'm seeing fans of clubs who are still sitting on 24 goals from open play, 6th position in the league. You can go work out who that is for yourself. Ridicule Arsenal's attack. It makes no sense to me. A bit of banter, yes, but actually sitting there for days going on about, ain't it terrible? Ain't it bad? Not like mine. I wouldn't swap a single player for mine. What are you fucking talking about, you morons? Sometimes I think I'm going brain dead listening to it. Eze today, again, a player I rate. I think he's had a really torrid time. I think he's had a really hard time at Arsenal. But what a way to step up today in the running against your biggest rivals in a must-win game. The opening goal, and I'm going to get onto Saka in a minute. Brilliant play from him. Some say a little fortuitous the ball came to him. Yep, it deflects, but it deflects because the ball was brilliant. And they're throwing their lives at it. Eze, great first touch, and he finishes it. The second goal, he was involved in the build-up play, a little flick from Gyokeres. Eze plays in Saka. Saka's going to score, but a great tackle from Van der Ven, and it falls at the feet of Eze. That's 5 goals this season against Tottenham. And do you want to know a crazy stat? Crazy stat. His opening goal tonight was his first shot on target since his 3rd goal of his hat-trick against Spurs in November. So there's been real reason to criticise him. But today, he gets praised. Fantastic. And the other individual I'm really going to praise today is Bukayo Saka. No GA. Okay? I find it mad. Like, he didn't get the assist for the first goal because there was a very, very small deflection on the cross. Although I have seen other players get the assist when that's happened. But putting that aside, he hasn't got the... He does. No, he didn't. He didn't get no assist today or anything like that, but he was brilliant. And this is why you can't just look at the goals and assists with Bukayo Saka. If you look at his dribble completion, his crosses, his key passes, all these other metrics, he's up there with the Yamals and he's up there with the best players in Europe this season. I think at times he's been poor in front of goal. I also think there's times where he's been unlucky not to get, like the assist today for the opening goal, he's not going to get because there's a very small deflection. But his perseverance, his quality on the ball, his brilliant delivery, all of that is there for everybody to see. Fantastic from him. Stepped up again against Tottenham. Stepped up in the title race. Saka, absolute quality. But overall today, what we saw was an Arsenal team that, for me, I've still got a lot of trials and tribulations ahead. A team that has still got a long way to go to win this title. We don't need to talk about winning the title today because it isn't about that. But this wasn't just 3 points. It was a statement. If City's win was a statement and if City's celebrations were a statement, so is Arsenal's today. Today was a message to Manchester City, to the league and everyone who's doubting them that they're still here. And as of now, they're going nowhere. It was a huge response from Arsenal. A fantastic response from them today. Players that have been maligned stepping up. The manager keeping everybody cool, calm and collected. And even after that mistake from Declan Rice, you're looking at this situation where, are they going to crumble again? Are they going to fall away? They didn't. They responded excellently in the game in itself. They sort of recalibrated their minds. They got themselves back into the right mentality, into the right shape, and they delivered. Clinical, deadly, powerful, and right now they don't look like they're going to fall away. A lot of people felt after the Wolves game this Arsenal team could crumble, they could lose 2 or 3 on the bounce, and now what they have is a rarity for Arsenal. A whole week to prepare for a game at home against Chelsea, and what a game that is going to be. Chelsea are not going to be easy. Chelsea are not going to be a walk in the park. Chelsea will come with their A game. But Arsenal with a big opportunity to get themselves back into some type of winning streak ahead of what's going to be one of the busiest and I think greatest run-ins, not just in the Premier League, but FA Cup, Champions League, due to the amount of English teams in it, that we have maybe ever experienced in this league. But the one thing I want to call out before we go to your comments is this. Gary Neville, after Gyokeres' goal, told Arsenal not to celebrate, told Arsenal fans to calm down, told Arsenal fans to sit down. And I disagree with Gary Neville wholeheartedly. Nobody told City yesterday after either of their goals to stop celebrating. Nobody told City after their win to stop celebrating. And I understand Gary Neville's rationale, which is concentrate so you don't make any mistakes. But I think that's counterproductive for Arsenal. And I'll tell you why. Declan Rice did exactly what Gary Neville said after the first goal, and they conceded within 24 seconds. Because I think when you start pushing out that energy of, right, guys, just calm down. We don't want to mess up. Calm down, everybody. We might collapse. Calm down, everybody. We might waste too much energy and then concede. Is you're straight away planting that seed that you're going to concede a goal, that you're going to mess up. Enjoy the goddamn moment. Celebrate the win. Celebrate the win. Enjoy it. Let them know how much it hurts. Let your rivals see it. Fans, indulge in it. Indulge in it. Don't go, right, every time we score now, we're not going to celebrate because it might lead to a mistake. No. Thinking about making mistakes, projecting that energy will cause mistakes. That's my view on it. Look, like, share, and subscribe. Let me give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Can't wait to read them. But a big response from Arsenal today. 5 points clear at the top. And I'll end it by saying, well done to Mikel Arteta, because today you got it absolutely spot on.